Police. And today we're going to be addressing you on the dissemination of nude photos and videos by one of our suspects that we have in the custody right now. Not to waste your time, let's go straight to the spokesperson of the National Police to give you details on the allegation.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is a good thing to have you present here this afternoon at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police. Let me welcome you here today to this press conference, and by my right is Deputy Commissioner of Police Anthony T. Blake. He's a Deputy Commissioner for Criminal Investigation Crime Services Department, and he's here. We are here to keep you abreast of happenings, as he said, relative to the allegation of the new photograph being produced by one of our suspects here. So we are happy to have you this afternoon at our headquarters and on Capitol Hill, Liberia. The purpose of this gathering is to provide you the latest information of our gains made by arresting a Liberian gentleman suspect, Nepe T. Kape, aka Raso Dazo, for allegedly posting nude photos and videos of two female victims on social media. During police investigation conducted with the two female victims and defendant Nepe T. Kape, as well as the analysis of evidence provided by both the female victims, the following were observed as to wait. The investigation observed that defendant Nepe T. Kape, aka Raso Dazo, used social media to cyberbully and blackmail women as his means to generate funds for his survival. The investigation gathered that both the female victims were involved. The first female victims, name withheld, were involved into intimate relationship on social media, and while the relationship was ongoing seriously, the both of them began calling each other on video. Investigation further gathered that defendant Nepe T. Kape on one occasion called on video while she was in her bathroom naked. Defendant Kape recorded her nude video recorded her nude video and photos unknowing to her, and he later posted it on social media because she refused to send him cash as requested by him. The investigation uncovered that defendant Nepe T. William, aka Raso Dazo, is always in a constant habit of getting into intimate relationship with females, and when he succeeds getting their nude photos and videos, he turned the negative way. He will post those videos and photos to denigrate them. If they refuse to give him cash, he demands. The investigation further gathered that in 2022, one of the victims got connected to defendant Nepe T. Kape, popularly known as Raso Dazo, on social media platform owned and hosted by a lady called Shala Radas. And it was uncovered that defendant Kape, who was also part of said platform, started raining insults at one of the financial and moral supporters of the church, who was a close friend to the victim of the church, making intervention, and the defendant began raining insults and posting her nude photos and videos he obtained as a result of hacking her phone. So the investigation findings. After thorough investigation and careful analysis of evidence, and that is the nude photos and videos provided by both victims, the below were established as to wait. 1. That the crime disseminating obscene materials, criminal coercion, and disorderly conduct was committed by defendant Deputy Capel for displaying the nude photos of the females on social media. That both victim females were in intimate, that both victims, or the first female victim, the Liberian, was in intimate relationship on social media and had no limitation of video calls, which defendant Deputy William used as a ground to stream record her in one of their videos conversation, and he placed same on social media because of a refusal to give cash as requested. That a new video posted by defendant Deputy Capel on social media is a direct image or representation of the victim while she was naked in her bathroom. That the defendant obtained the other new videos and photo while they were in conversation in a chat. That the recording and posting of victims, of the two victims, new photos and videos on the social media on by defendant Deputy Capel is to cyberbully and blackmail them as he used shared means to generate funds for his survival. The conclusion: in view of the above findings, coupled with evidence, the new photos and videos adduced by the victims, this investigation has resolved to charge defendant Deputy Capel with the commission of the crime of disseminating obscene material, criminal coercion, and disorderly conduct in violation of Chapter 18, Subchapter 18.7, Chapter 14, Subchapter 14.27, and Chapter 17, Subchapter 17.4 of the Revised Penal Law of the Republic of Liberia. I respectfully submit.
Okay, is there any question or concern? They ask the questions. The procurator will answer your questions. No question.
We can take 2 or 3 questions and then dismiss.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah, my name is Valencia and I report for State Radio. The suspect in question, what is his country? Where does he reside? Because we've been told that he isn't based here in Nigeria. So where did he come from? Where did he go arrest him?
Okay. One of you can answer the
So the
question.
investigation, answer the question.
Okay, to speak to that, thank you so much for that question. The suspect, Mr. Capel, is based in UAE. So usually he comes to Liberia and goes back. So we received this complaint on the 2nd of May of this year. So we have been working on this information or the complaint being brought to the CSD, the Constitution Department. So on the 11th of May, we were arrested at the airport by members of our joint security due to our strong inter-agency cooperation. So you were picked up and brought to our headquarters for criminal investigation. The rest of the report we have heard is a fact about the case.
Yeah.
And a Liberian also.
He is a Liberian.
Yeah, maybe?
Yeah, Mary Jackson's money.
Yeah.
So probably against you did some previous investigations. What did he find out from him? Was it premeditated? Was there any malice? Did he agree to the acts that you will have charged him for?
Like you said, it's not a guessing game. It's an investigation by the police, so he will speak to that. I just want to put it that it's not a guessing game. Like you said, I guess.
So during the course of the investigation, we informed the defendant of his maritime right, the constitutional right, and he was represented by a legal counsel. So during the course of the investigation, has spelled out in our findings, and these are findings we gathered during the course of the investigation with regard to the explanation that he gave us. So our findings speak straight to his statement and to the evidence that we gathered and analyzed during the course of the investigation.
And in furtherance to that, he was also During the families and during the investigation, he alluded to the fact that Gifty, he did it on the charges level again, by Gifty, and pleaded for mercy. He pleaded for mercy. But it is not our, that's what we found during the investigation. As for the other female victims, he said that it was the normal course of dealing. She posted a photo and he also been posting a photo. But for the other victims, the first victim that he took, that they were in intimate relationship, he even begged her, he pleaded for mercy. He alluded to the fact that he happened.
Any more concern? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Saleh from Liberian TV Network. What I want to know is that the victims are they in Liberia and also with the defendant also stationed in the EU. The jurisdiction, if the victims are in Liberia and if they are out of Liberia, what the jurisdiction that the Liberian National Police have over this case.
Yeah, for the issue of jurisdiction, the fact is already established that he's a Liberian, and the victims are also Liberian. And a matter of fact, there are several victims, but these ones are in Liberia, and they decided to take that case against the defendant. So we have a jurisdiction when it comes to this criminal investigation over the parties.
Okay, one more last concern, please.
Yes, I just want to make a follow-up to the police spokesperson concerning this incident in Jakarta last week. So where are we on that case?
This is strictly on the case of Razzle Dazzle and the female victims concerning the dissemination of nude photos and photographs, videos on the social media that he has been charged with. So with that information, we can give you another time if the need arises.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for
Without
coming.
today's press conference to us,
Very good day.
on his behalf, everyone, we thank you for being. Thank you for your life on the help of the National Police.